All right, you guys ready to straighten the horizon? Okay. So on what layer does the horizon live? Lives on the background copy and the background. Right? So I can't do this on a layer, right? I can't do this rotation on a layer. So what I need to do is make a stamp visible layer of all the work I've done so far, and then use that layer to straighten it, okay? Because if I straighten it on this layer, it's not going to take all my retouching, and this is where my background lives. So you've done this in a way where it's non-destructive and it's totally editable, but now we need to make stamp visible, and we did this in the pop art. What's the shortcut? Shift Command Option E. Nope, I did that wrong. Shift Command Option E. Layer 1. That has your retouching on it, your black and white on it, and your background copy on it. Okay? So name it Stamp Visible so you know what's going on. Shift Command Option E. And now I turn off the other layers just so I can, focus on this one and to prove to myself that I have indeed done it correctly. Now what I'm going to do is not straighten that layer. I'm going to copy just the horizon and straighten that piece. Okay? This is very similar to what you're going to be doing for the project 1. So using the marquee tool, I'm going to make a giant selection from corner to corner of the horizon. Okay? And now I'm going to copy this piece onto a new layer. Layer, new, layer via copy. And up at the very top, it gives me this extra piece of horizon. Okay. Make sense so far? Good. With that horizon layer selected, I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, and Scale and Rotate. First, I will rotate. And I bring my mouse up to the corners, and you'll see that the mouse changes to a cursor changes to a double-headed arrow. And then I'm going to rotate that to where it looks pretty good. Okay. And now if you look, this doesn't line up, right? So when we edit this, it's going to be kind of more hassle this way. So if we go to Edit, Transform, Scale, and we hold down the Shift key to keep the proportions, if we make it a little bigger, it will be easier to edit when there's a mask applied. All right? So how do I apply this transformation? Enter. Exactly. Return. Now, I've got a little bit of extra, so what I need to do is add a layer mask. The layer mask is going to allow me to hide and reveal parts of this layer without doing something crazy and destructive like using the what tool? Eraser tool. No eraser tools. All right. So I'm going to select layer mask. You add, with that layer selected, add a layer mask by clicking on this little icon in the bottom of the layers panel that looks like a front-loading washer. All right. Click on that, and it adds a layer mask. From the pop art, you guys are used to this, right? Now to get ready to use the layer mask, select the brush, the top brush, with the B tool. Make sure that your foreground and background are black and white, and they're not. Right now they're gray and white. In order to get them black and white, hit D for default. And to move the black to the foreground and the white to the foreground, so toggle them, the shortcut is X. So with those shortcuts, you can get into the layer mask editing mode pretty quick. With this thumbnail selected, not the pixel thumbnail, because if you select the pixel thumbnail, you'll just draw right on the image. With the layer mask thumbnail selected, I'm going to zoom in. With black in the foreground, I am going to hide parts of this layer. And you can see on my thumbnail that what is black is being hidden. So it's hiding that extra piece of horizon. Okay. Now I'm going to hold on the space bar, work across, there we go. Black in the foreground, the layer mask thumbnail selected. Now you notice I went a little too far here because my horizon's a little messed up. So I'm going to click X to put white in the foreground and then repair that. Okay. Oops, we got to fix this other side too. So make my brush larger and clean up that extra bit over there. So that is editing a layer mask to straighten your horizon. Now his head's a little funky because we cut a large piece of that out. So you can go in and you can blend the bottom of the layer mask too, so that his head lines up perfect. And the top, you can always go to the top and blend that too. So you're going around all of the edges and blending that layer mask in so that you can't see that that was ever a different part. And this is how all compositing is done. Any questions? Okay.
What did you use to blend?
I use the brush and a very soft brush, no hardness on the layer mask. Okay, let's save this and we will get to, let's look at our objectives. That's straightening the horizon. And we will get to the other objectives in the next video.